Now you're going to learn how to compare extensions with headers. You see, the header on a file, it's one thing, and the extension is something else. You can always change the extension on a file to try to hide it, but you cannot change the header, and that's what we're going to discover here with WinHex. So to download WinHex, there is a link on your textbook, or you can also just Google it. You can just type download WinHex, and it'll take you to this page. The X-Ways is the company that makes WinHex. You just click on download, and then you save it. I'm not going to save it. I'm going to cancel that because I already have it. It's on my desktop. I have the folder. I'm going to close this, and this is what you get once you download it. This is what you're going to see. Towards the very bottom, you see the winhex.exe. You just double click on it. I want to show you something. When you just double click on it and run it, you're going to get this error message. That means that you don't have administrator privileges. So I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to close it, and I'm going to open it as an administrator. You see, what you do is you right click and then run as administrator. It executes. Now right here you already see the tab. It's loading my C drive, which is my hard drive on my computer. But in your case you may not see anything. This is because I loaded this already before, so it already selected my C drive. But in your case, if it doesn't, because it's the first time that you execute this tool, you just go to Tools, select Open Disk, and then you're gonna see all the disks that are listed on your machine. And of course, make sure you select the OS or the C drive, and then click on OK. I'm gonna close it because in my case it's already loaded. And here at the bottom, you see that you can see that the computer, or the file system on the computer, it's NTFS. Right there. So we're using, this is the file system that we're using. You can see that in ASCII. This is ASCII. It's something you can read. It's basically text, and then it highlights. When you highlight the ASCII, you notice that it also highlights the value of that in hex, in hexadecimal. And then of course you see the offset, so the location. So now let's get into, I'm gonna select the root directory. That way we can see all the files and folders that are located on my C drive. And I'm gonna, for this video, I'm going to show you some pictures. Remember, we're comparing the headers of those pictures with the extension, so we want to make sure that they match. So I have something under my student account. I'm going to select the pictures folder, and I have several pictures. Some of those images I actually changed the extension intentionally just so you could see it. You see, you have the name of the file, and then you also have the extension. It says that it's a PNG. Now if you look at the headers underneath, you're going to see that it matches. It's a PNG on the extension, and of course the headers, which is what we see on the bottom part of the screen, they both match. You see, when I hit the Hacker, this is a JPEG. Now Hacker, it's a little bit different, because I'm not Hacker, but the JPEG, the extension JPEG, it's a little bit different. I'm going to select it just so you can see the header itself, what it looks like. You see the extension is JPG for JPEG, but the header itself is YOYA. So every time you see YOYA, that means it's a JPEG. Like Santa, there's supposed to be a picture, but you see here it shows that it's in extension it's a PDF, but in reality it's not a PDF. I'm going to select it so you can see the header, and it doesn't match. If you look at the header, it's a PNG file. It's a PNG, that's what the header tells us, but the picture itself, the extension, it shows as a PDF. So this is normally people would do that when you try to hide something, when you try to hide a specific file. I did the same trick, but with this time I set it up as a docx, or like a Word file, but in reality it's not a Word file. Once again, compare it with the header, and you see that it's a PNG file. It's not a Word document, and the extension, it's not telling us the truth. And then the last one, it's UFED. That's an actual picture. It's a PNG, and you see that it matches the headers. So this is how you can use WinHex to compare the headers with the extensions of a file.